Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia.
Yeah, I do remember the party line. I don't remember the exchanges at all.
Yeah. One of my sister's friends had immigrated from Poland with her parents. And so she was a teenager, 6 years younger than me. So only her parents had come out of a lot of dangerous stuff. And this kid and my sister would get on the phone and they'd be talking and they'd laugh. And this child was absolutely bawled out for laughing. The phone is not for laughing. Like it was, yeah. And so they'd come out of such a pressurized situation. I think they were an older couple with a child. Yeah. So that was tough for her. Whereas we'd get on the phone after 7:30 when it was cheaper. And sit on the floor in the passageway and talk for hours with the boyfriend. God knows what we talk. I was 15, for God's sakes. What the hell did we talk about at 15?
Rubbish.
Yeah, bullshit. Oh, dear. I swear kids are smarter than we were at that age, mostly. But then I don't know many of the look on your face.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to think, are they or not? They certainly have easier access to information than we had at that age.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely. But the way they put it together, I was talking to a lady this week, actually, and she's got a teenager, and I was just talking to her about some of the things that I'd assumed about teenagers and their smarts and technology and the usage that I had, like as I've been working with teenagers. And the surprise that I've got, that they don't know as much as I thought they would. And when I was talking to her about a couple of the things, she's just like, you're right, I need to go and teach my son that, because he's a teenager. He was 15 or 16. And she said, yeah, I think I'd assumed he knew that too. And she said, but right, he doesn't.
Yes.
He doesn't do that well.
They don't see the operation of the washing machine. They don't see the operation of the household because they're not allowed to at childcare. They're too busy at school and after school care. And mum and dad are just belting through it at times when the kids are out of the way. So there's a lot of stuff in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely have easier access to information. So they've probably, maybe there's a loss of innocence that we didn't have, they've been exposed to, but it's not necessarily smarts.
No. I guess I was thinking they've got more data available about politics that's really in their faces these days, whereas I wouldn't have known that there was politics at all at 15.
Well, I didn't care.
Yeah, and that's probably it too. I was more interested in boys or fashion. And that's still the case with kids, but they've got the other stuff more so in their faces. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to enjoy life, have fun. I really didn't care about politics at that age.
Oh, dear. Yeah. I think at 15, I was still in that era, being born in the 50s, of I just want to get a boyfriend and get married, get a job and get married. And then I can have babies and then I can have a house. And that would have been about the limit of my thinking in a lot of ways. But it didn't take long to work out that I was never going to sit still in one place or one job once I got out there.
Yeah, me too. I've had a lot of changes. A lot of changes of houses, like geographic locations, a lot of changes of the type of work I've done.
Yes, yeah. And that's some of our main similarities, why we cover off on so many different topics, because we've had broader life experience than some.
Yeah, that's it. Because the challenge is learning something new for me. So it's about the chase of learning something new. And once you've learned it, well,
you know it now. What's next?
Yeah. And I don't necessarily need to master something. Occasionally there's things that I want to master. So there have been different things at different times that I just have been like dog with a
Yeah.
bone. You ain't gonna, I'm just not
Yep.
gonna let go until I've mastered it. But
Yeah.
most things aren't like that for me. It's
Yeah.
just, I just want to know a certain amount and then it's on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find
I had
something new.
Pauline Cowie, my horse trainer, said to me the other day, she said, "You know so many things." And I went, "Yeah, but a lot of it's useless stuff unless I'm at the right
Mm,
quiz night."
yeah.
It's
And
just
not
that,
at a huge depth necessarily.
yeah, and it's that
Yeah.
innate, innate curiosity. Like if
Mm,
I come across something I've never heard before, like, "Oh, what's that?" And
mm,
oh yeah, I do it when we're on these meetings. Like, hang on a sec, gotta look that up.
mm.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And I've tried
Exactly.
lots of hobbies, and then once I've, like you said, you've mastered a little bit of it, it's like, oh, okay, done that now. What's
Mm.
next?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And there's some things I come back to, like, so crocheting is something that I keep coming back to
Yeah.
over the years. I
Yeah.
just enjoy it. There's
Mm.
that's just about sitting down and enjoying something.
Mm. I've
But
done
then there,
knitting and crocheting years ago, and I still carry around a large bag of, I'm going to call it wool, and equipment in case one cold night I just want to do something with my hands and not Google things.
yeah,
Mind you, I'll end up on Google looking how to do something if I do that. So,
what's just been such a blessing to me is the new world that we find ourselves living in, and we can just turn on YouTube.
yeah.
And there's these amazing young people, like the young people that are out there, I've learnt so much from, and I just so enjoy it. But there's this one, oh, look, she looks like she's 12 years old, but she must be in her 20s.
Yep.
And she's just delightful and has been learning crocheting and been doing crocheting. And so she's coming up with all of these ideas of how to put this together, how to put that together, how to do that. It's like, I've learned so much about from her about just give it a go. You don't have to follow a pattern and be rigid that this is what the pattern says.
Yeah.
And so we're just so lucky that we can access this stuff. And I think, well,
Yeah.
why was crocheting and knitting was the same form? Though it was more free form with knitting than crocheting for some reason. And I'm sure that it's the partly is personality, but partly is just the information you've got access to. Because because I first learnt to crochet, my nana taught me, but once she died, like you're at the mercy of books that you can get
Mm.
at the library.
Yes.
And so, well, you've just got to follow along with what the book says. You can't ask questions. The book can't say to you, don't worry about that, Sonia. It's no big deal. This is just the idea. And, I
Yeah.
just follow the pattern. So,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
so this more free thinking of, well, I'm just going to do it and I'm just going to try it on. And
Mm.
it's been quite liberating,
So
actually.
it really is a diversity in the the genre, whatever the genre is. There's sort of all these tentacles that you could follow or try, and you're not as restricted as
Mm.
you were before. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just such a blessing because most of it comes from these young people. Because
Yeah.
people that are a bit older now, I learn a lot from older people too,
Mm.
but they're less likely to just, oh, I'm just going to give it a bash and let's see what happens.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
do my experiment for all the world to
Yeah.
see, and you'll learn from my mistakes.
Well, I remember,
The
yeah, the same.
Yeah, so
Go on.
I was just going to say, so it seems to be the younger ones that are doing that more and more,
I
and
think,
then putting it out there in YouTube land.
yeah. And that takes me back to learning computing. We were so scared to do anything, and a lot of old people still are. They're scared they're going to get it wrong because they can't backspace in their
Mm,
brains because,
mm,
yes, whereas because kids have come up with computers and they can just rewrite something,
mm.
is that, yeah, flexible. And yeah,
Well, yeah, another young person that I was learning from to do with some tech stuff, she says, just press the button, you're not going to break anything.
yes, but see,
Yeah.
know that. And
No, just
in
try
this
it. Just press the button and try it. It
in
doesn't
the
matter.
early 80s, you couldn't do that with
Yeah, which
computers
I guess
even,
is,
because
yeah.
once in certain situations, um, something went wrong on a computer and someone turned it off, and an entire university project down the bin.
Mm,
Now we've got autosave on Word and I think we were using just DOS, probably, disk
Mm,
operating system. And yeah, so there was a lot of fear because the amount of work to overcome and get back to where
mm,
we were was
mm,
huge. Whereas now everything's got opportunity
mm.
to backspace, I'll call it. And yeah,
Exactly. Just press a
yeah,
button and see what it does. Like,
yes,
so
yeah,
that was liberating. But another one, this is a different crocheter. He's
yeah.
just crocheting away, showing us how to do this thing. And he says, but do whatever you like. He said, there's no such thing as the crochet police. And it just stuck in my mind. And it's like, oh my God, there's no crochet police out there.
Yeah. Oh dear. But if they'd done it years ago, grandma, mum, or an auntie would have said,
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because this is how we do it.
yes. Oh,
Um,
we went to a
mm,
family reunion thing when I was a teenager, and one of the other teenagers in the family, cousin, had made her own dress, and we're in public, and great auntie Poppy goes up and says, "Oh, did you make that yourself? Oh, that's nice." Just picks the hem up and goes, "See how well she did the hem stitch." And you just, you just wouldn't do it now.
no,
But
no, we
yeah,
wouldn't, but it was common. You're right.
yes. So everything was so structured. It had to be done
Mm,
exactly this way, whereas now it's,
mm.
yeah, more free flowing.
Well, and some of the actual trends that has been difficult to get my head around.
Yeah.
Like the whole upcycling of clothing, for example.
Mm.
So when they'll take a pair of jeans and they'll add patches or whatever onto it, do whatever they're doing. But when they're doing things, they don't finish off the edges. Like the whole trend is that it's the shaggy edges and things like that. And it was just like that was such a no-no because that's
Everything
not
had to be
neat. And
perfect.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So that's been, well, I don't know whether that's a learning curve. I guess it is, isn't it? It's just
It's the
learning to be a bit
fashion.
free and it just doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you do. It's
Yeah.
okay. Mm.
Mm. But then they tend to get some of the young ones still attached to fashion so much that they all have to try and be the shabbiest of the chic.
Well,
So
that's
there's still
true.
that
That's true.
peer pressure type thing.
Mm.
Yeah. But
But when I was in Spotlight, so Spotlight's one of our big chain stores. We've really only got two in Australia where we can get
yeah.
crafts and stuff. So when I was in Spotlight, um, I was looking for some fabric to make a jumper or a hoodie.
Mm.
And they had this fleece that had, wait for it, granny squares, so crocheted granny squares on the actual fleece. So the fabric itself kind of looked like a crocheted blanket. I thought, oh my God, you know that your old fashioned craft is in trend when you find it at Spotlight on the fleece. I thought,
Nice.
yes, go crochet. Because it used to be so old fashioned, but it's
Yeah.
coming back into fashion.
Yeah.
And with any luck, it'll stay in fashion until I die.
You can have it, Sonia. Yeah, no.
I just couldn't believe it. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I need to take a photo of that. I didn't, but I just thought, like, this is so trendy. You're in trend.
I wonder if other countries call them granny squares.
Yeah, I
They
think
do?
so. Yeah,
Okay.
with the crocheting. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh dear.
Because I was really surprised, like because I sort of done crocheting on and off like my whole life.
Yeah.
And when I started doing it again, I don't know, that's right. I had a big crochet thing through COVID. Like, what else are you supposed to do with your time? Maybe
Exactly.
that's why it came back into fashion because everyone
Mm.
else thought the same thing. So, and there wasn't as much out there. But then in the last couple of just like, because that's what, 5 years ago now.
Mm.
So just in the last couple of years, I've noticed that there's just all these granny squares everywhere. And I always thought granny squares was old fashioned. But let me tell you, it is doing a resurgence and even goes back to my 70s crocheting. That was you look at all that hippie stuff,
Yes.
like the hippie type of
Yeah.
style. And yeah,
Mm.
so they're not doing exactly like that, but revamping a lot of those because a lot of that was a granny square type of
Mm.
crochet, and so they're revamping. Doesn't actually look hippie.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the oranges and the browns and stuff, but it's still a similar
So
style.
the colour fashions changed, but yeah.
Yeah,
as well.
it's really interesting, and like it's really quite trendy to crochet clothes and things these
I did
days.
a poncho decades ago, but once again, we were talking about do something and then move on. I did a poncho, and I think I did something else later, and then I knitted a jumper, and I knitted a couple of jumpers, but then I haven't knitted since. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I went through a phase before pre-children, so it's a long time ago. Seeing as my baby's 31.
Yeah.
And I can remember going through this phase where I had quite a basic knitting pattern for the top part of the jumper or the cardigan, but then from the under the armpit you could do different patterns, and so I'd just do so I tried all these different patterns, so it'd just be the plain to wear, so that all your decreasing and that I didn't have to worry about with a pattern.
Yes.
But then when it was just straight, I'd do the pattern thing.
Yeah.
I went through a phase with the knitting. And then, I don't know, I just don't like knitting as much as crocheting. I enjoy crocheting more for some reason.
Yeah. I think it's easier to put down because you can see where you're at, whereas with knitting, sometimes you've got to remember which row you're on sometimes, depending on
the pattern.
Yeah. I did a jumper with a diamond pattern horizontally with multiple colours.
Yep.
And I had 11 balls of wool attached at one time, and that was probably my most clever production. Yeah.
So I never made myself anything. I didn't knit anything for myself. Yeah, I liked the kids' ones because they're little.
Yes.
I could get finished. So I had friends that had children. So I did some knitting for them, but I never did a lot of knitting for my kids.
Yeah.
They did knitting and crocheting, so they can all knit and crochet.
Yeah.
And sew.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, well, they just wanted to. So I was always, if they wanted to do stuff like that, I'd teach them.
Yeah. Had you not homeschooled, they might not have seen the enjoyment you get out of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know that my eldest, she broke her back when she was 13.
I remember that.
So she was bedridden for 6 weeks. She wasn't allowed out of bed.
Yeah, we came to visit when she was.
Right. Yeah, and so she did quite a bit of crocheting then, I remember. I've still got the blanket that she crocheted herself. I thought one day she might want that memory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's good and bad.
I know, it's just like that was what she did, and it was on the couch or her bed or something for years and years, but she didn't actually take it with her. And whenever I've downsized, that's not one of the ones I put into the downsize. That's I just keep it because I think, it's just a memory, isn't it?
Yeah. Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow Life Hacks Beyond Convention.